Passionate. Anthony Davis with a jam.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the Clippers looking good as they came into the arena before the game. Important to make a splash in hostile territory. The fog pouring across the Golden Gate Bridge and into the Bay Area tonight. We're just about set for action. And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Paul George has shown over the years that he remains one of the most versatile stars in the league. He said, "I pride myself on being effective on both ends. I try to do it all, play the right way, and just get lost in the game. I'll do everything I can to win." And guys, there's still not much he can't do with his combination of size and athleticism.
David, he clearly is a special talent, and his resume shows it. Thank you. Out of experience on the floor tonight, Greg, how does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
Well, Kevin, guys are going to play smart, and they're going to be in position to make plays. So this could come down to just who makes more of the big shots.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. The stars of the team, Leonard and George, are the forwards. Bledsoe is out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's Hartenstein in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Warriors. And the old core of this team out there, Curry and Clay as guards with Draymond at 4.
Coming on the floor for the
complete the
Clippers.
new 5 on the floor. The Clippers also changing it up. Zubac is checked in for Hartenstein. Marcus Morris comes in for George. Mann subbed in for Jackson.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Leonard against Porter. Shoots from the line. Misses off the left iron.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
And Doris, when you think of players that can turn it on for the playoffs, Kawhi Leonard certainly one of them.
I think Kawhi, because of his history as an NBA champion, understands how different the playoffs are. There's a different level of physicality, a different level of pressure, and you have to be able to rise and meet that moment. And boy, Kawhi has.
Zubac kicks to Leonard. Here's Mann, guarded by Poole. Shot clock at 5. Here's Leonard. No good that time. The Warriors go the other way with it. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd, and that's obviously easier said than done.
I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them. Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
Here's Wiseman. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Oh, fantastic job by Wiseman to just stick with it, not let the contact disrupt him. Totally focused on the rim.
Out left to the wing. Outside Leonard. Basket counts.
Well, efficiency is everything, right? So far in this one, this guy has been on the money.
Pass to MP. Poole with it. The pass to Looney. Here's Wiseman. And he banks in the layup.
And just wait until Wiseman has time to develop his moves, which are still somewhat raw at this stage.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Right back after this break. And this Warriors team has an interesting mix of championship vets with hungry young players. Andrew Wiggins spoke about that great dynamic.
That's how I came up to teach. A good player at all the time. That's why we did it. I used to do this, I used to do that. So it's been a lot of learning and also been very exciting for the young players.
Agreed. No doubt Wiggins has been soaking up that wisdom. Greg stepping up his game in the process.
Yeah, a big culture shift coming from Minnesota, and he's blossomed under the tutelage of these Hall of Famers.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Warriors.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
Yeah, we've seen them burying their fair share of mid-range jumpers tonight, too. A good first half for them in that department.
So with Thompson sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. They've got MP, Looney out there with James Wiseman, then it's Porter, and it's Poole in at the shooting guard position.
Luke Kennard entered the league with a long history of success, both in the high school and collegiate levels. And this is a guy who I think still has a high ceiling.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Bielitsa, he's checked in for Wiseman. Draymond Green comes in for Looney, and Lee's subbed in for MP. That free throw good from Kennard. And for Kennard, he was a standout player at a very early age.
Well, you can look no further at the state of Ohio and the scoring records he put up. Kennard outscored LeBron James's high school numbers. He has that kind of game where he can just take over with his shooting.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Kawhi Leonard keeps it simple. He says, I'm trying to be the best player I can be. I'm happy with what I've done in my career, and I'm just going to keep on from there. It's not about being famous. It's about playing basketball and having fun on the floor. Well, he is famous, Kevin, and he remains focused on the court.
Agreed, David. It has served him well. Thank you.
Well, for a big man, his stroke is just beautiful, and because of the height, it's so hard to challenge.
Pass to George. Here's Jackson. Zubac trying to break loose. That one's in there. The Warrior lead is cut to just one on the basket from Jackson.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Porter. And the shot is long.
Boy, a clean, close look. What a missed opportunity.
Yeah, and he had the D tangled up there with that patented crossover. Just couldn't convert the finish.
Poole. They kick it out to Green. Going inside. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. Lee against Kennard. Green with the block.
Simply cannot throw up that weak stuff around Draymond Green. You'll hear about it. He will relish the opportunity to send it back.
Kennard for three. Draymond Green grabs the miss. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Golden State. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That'll be the first half of a two-game trip. Poked away. Paul George with the steal.